life is meaningless. Or so Aleph once says.
Submit to gravity. Act 1. A Heavy Heart. The star has lived a difficult life. The sheer pressure of its existence, forcing it to burn through its energy at every step. Its heart grows heavier and heavier. The very fuel that keeps it going, slowly turning into a poison that will consume it. It knows there is no escaping its fate. Its days are numbered. Yet, outwardly, it shows no sign of struggle. It continues to shine just as brightly, even seeming calm at times. No one suspects the sheer amount of effort needed just to keep this facade in place. Burning and burning. Care not for the poison it adds to your body. Shine bright for just one more day. Until it finally happens. Act 2. Nothing left to burn. The star reaches a tipping point. With no more fuel to burn, its appearance quickly begins to dim. The star can no longer keep itself stable. It lashes out in all directions, revealing its true, terrifying power. It burns everything in its path, a sonata of endless destruction, only stopping its expansion when the same heart fueling it breaks under the weight of its actions. An impossibly heavy heart, poison spreading through the star's body. Act 3. The verge of collapse. Its heart, now encased in iron from its previous outburst, the star begins to die. Uncurable. A poison the very same star was forced into creating. The weight felt heavy in its heart. Death will come. These few days are the last its will can muster. It can no longer pretend. Its scars are visible for all to see. The last embers of its life. Blown away. Now prepare for the final performance. Act 4. Supernova. With nothing left but a heart of iron, our star makes one last stand. The pressure she has endured her whole life, now thousands of times heavier. A final plight. Gravity presses down on her. Her desperate cry echoes through the void. Every regret, every struggle, and every fleeting dream condensed all into a single point. The very weight of all her life. All borne by a single lonely heart. Her last fight, a scar in the void. Her last breath, painted in the sky for all to witness. Her last wish.
Denia. Denia. Tasbi Denia.
Such was the fate of the star once known as Denia. And, among many other things, Denia's story perfectly mirrors the death of a high-mass star, even to the point of her transformation, showing one of the possible endings an iron core, or a heart in this case, can have. It is a story that's as beautiful as it is tragic. I originally wanted to talk about the whole 3.3, but this little side story, that's at most 90 minutes, just hit me in a different way altogether. And Denia's story, it just kind of resonated with me in more ways than I'd like to admit. At its core, it is a tragedy of an introverted girl that's pushed along by the deranged desires of her quote unquote parent that see her as nothing more than a tool to fulfill her plans. By the end, the girl in her desperation revels in the only thing that she thinks she can control of her life, its final performance. The themes are very heavy: parental abuse, social masking, emotional breakdown. Sprinkle in some autism and the horrors of the American healthcare system, and you have the perfect recipe for this dramatic, sorrow-filled cake of broken dreams. Damn it, man. This story hits hard. The central theme of suicide is one that's honestly really hard to watch. However, while the scene might look pretty explicit on the ending of our star, I actually think there is quite a lot of hope for the future here. See, when a star goes supernova, it's because its core, or in this case, its heart, has been turned into iron. A worrisome detail giving Denia's character design. But to explain, when a star nearing its end expands to its maximum size, it begins a fight against gravity. All of the mass of the star is quickly gathered in a massive implosion, hitting the heart of the star and causing a supernova to occur. The end result is one of two possible endings. Either the star collapses under the pressure it has been subjected to, turning into a black hole, or the core survives the ordeal, turning into a new kind of star, a neutron star. Act 5. До свидания. This is a Russian phrase often translated as goodbye. However, its context more closely resembles until we meet again. This is a promise that one day there will be another meeting, another chance to properly give Denia not only a fitting birthday cake, but also to let her hear the sound of her true name. I've said a lot about the themes, I've said a lot about the situation here. It's something that hopefully doesn't resonate with a lot of individuals, but it's a real story that you can hear and see from many parts of the world. Sometimes they can be difficult, they can be hard. And this story really exemplifies the verge of collapse. But it also shows hope. It also shows that not everything has to end that way. So, with my piece said, I will stop lamenting this end, and instead look forward to our next meeting. Happy birthday, Denia. С днем рождения, Denia. До свидания.
最後まで諦めずに頑張れば物語はきっといい結末を迎えられるですよね。